Hello, everyone. Before I start, I just need to get this story off my chest. It's been eating me alive for months, and honestly, I don't know if I'm looking for advice, sympathy, or just a place to let it all out. My name doesn't really matter, but I'm a father, and this story is about my son, his girlfriend, and how I ended up being used and betrayed in a way I never saw coming. So, let's start from the beginning. My son, David, met this girl, Isabella, about 5 years ago. At first, I was happy for him. She seemed sweet, family-oriented, and David was head over heels. He would talk about her nonstop, how much he loved her, how perfect she was, and I thought, okay, maybe this is the one. As a dad, all I've ever wanted is for my kid to find someone who makes him happy. But pretty early on, things started to shift. Isabella's family, let's just say they weren't in the best financial shape. Her dad had this mortgage hanging over his head, her sister had medical bills piling up, and it felt like every other week there was some new crisis they were facing. Now, I've always been the kind of guy who helps when I can. I'm not rich, but I had savings. I worked hard my whole life, and when David came to me saying Isabella's family needed help, I thought, well, if this is going to be his future family, then maybe stepping up now is the right thing to do. That one choice turned into a 5-year nightmare. Month after month, I was covering their bills, thousands and thousands of dollars, mortgage payments, medical costs, even day-to-day expenses. I can't even count how many times I wrote checks or sent bank transfers just to help out. Every time I thought it would be the last time, some new problem would pop up. And David always came to me, guilt in his eyes, asking, "Dad, can you just help them out one more time?" And I did, every single time. I put my own finances on hold. I downsized my life. I gave up vacations, new clothes, fixing up my own home, all because I wanted my son to be happy, and because I thought I was doing the right thing. 5 years of bleeding money into a family that wasn't even mine. But the real gut punch came last Christmas. David called me up and said, "Dad, I'm not coming over this year. Isabella's family has this big Christmas Eve dinner planned, and I want to be with them." Now, let me tell you, Christmas has always been our thing. Since he was a kid, it's been me and him decorating the tree, drinking hot chocolate, staying up late watching movies. It's our tradition. And to hear him just casually toss it aside like it meant nothing, it broke something inside me. I tried to hide how hurt I was, but inside, I felt like I didn't even have my son anymore. A week later, Isabella herself called me. Not to check in on me, not to invite me, but to ask me to pick them up from the airport. I told her I couldn't. I was busy. And you know what she said? With this little laugh, she goes, "Oh, so you're only good for sending money then?" That one sentence lit a fire in me I can't even describe. For 5 years, I'd been treated like their personal ATM, and now she was saying it out loud. That's when I finally realized the truth. I wasn't part of their family. I wasn't respected. I wasn't loved. I was just the wallet. And then, as if that wasn't enough, her father gave some interview to our local paper. I'll never forget opening it and seeing my name dragged through the mud. He called me selfish, greedy, manipulative. He painted me like some monster who never did anything for anyone. And the people in town, neighbors, co-workers, even friends, they started looking at me differently. I could see it in their eyes, the whispers, the judgment. After everything I had done for them, this was how they repaid me. I could have exploded right then. I could have gone straight to the paper, told my side of the story. But instead, I stayed quiet. And I started planning. See, what Isabella's family didn't know was that I had everything. Every bank transfer, every check, every receipt, every email where they begged me for help. I kept it all. 5 years' worth of proof that I had been the one keeping them afloat. They thought they could ruin my reputation without consequences, but they didn't realize just how much evidence I had sitting in a neat little folder. So, Christmas Eve comes around. I knew David would be with Isabella's family. They invited a bunch of people, friends, extended family, neighbors. I showed up not as a guest, but with a purpose. I walked in holding that folder, and before anyone could even ask why I was there, I dropped it on the table. I looked straight at Isabella's father and said, "You want to call me selfish? You want to call me greedy? Then explain this." I opened the folder and started laying out copies of the bank statements. "This is every mortgage payment I made on your house. This is every medical bill I paid for your daughter. This is every single time I stepped in when you couldn't handle your own responsibilities." The room went silent. People were staring at me, at the papers, at Isabella's family. You could see the color drain from their faces. And I wasn't yelling. I wasn't out of control. I was calm. Too calm. Because after 5 years of being used, I finally had the power. I told them I gave up my life for you. I sacrificed for you. And this is how you repay me? By turning my own son against me? By dragging my name through the mud? By laughing in my face? David just sat there. He didn't say a word. Isabella looked like she wanted to disappear into the floor. And her father? He couldn't even look at me. All those people they had invited, all their friends, they saw the truth that night. They saw who really had been keeping that family together. And it wasn't Isabella's dad. It was me. I left right after that. I didn't stay to argue. I didn't need to. I had said my piece, and everyone knew the truth. It's been a few months since that night, and David still hasn't called me. I don't know if he's embarrassed, if Isabella's family has him so wrapped around their finger that he can't break free, or if he just doesn't care anymore. And that's the part that hurts the most. I can live without Isabella. I can live without her family. But losing my son? Watching him slip away because I tried to do the right thing? That's something I don't know if I'll ever recover from. So, here I am telling all of you. Maybe just to remind myself that I'm not crazy, that I wasn't wrong to help, that I wasn't wrong to finally stop. And maybe deep down, I'm hoping that one day, David will realize who was really there for him all along. Until then, I'm just trying to pick up the pieces of a life I let them drain dry.